At the Taiiki nation's military camp, commanders gathered to discuss the situation. An officer stood up and spoke firmly. This growing fame and chaos must be made clear to everyone. The true target of all this has always been our Taiiki nation. A senior officer hearing this replied, "In recent years, the Sakura nation has been competing with us in the economy, military, and almost every other field. They've even secretly colluded with multinational companies to weaken Taiiki." Another officer nodded and said coldly, "The Sakura nation's resolve never dies. As long as they exist, they will remain a strategic threat to Taiiki." Then suddenly, the commander raised his voice. "But things have changed now. In this dragon attack, many of the Sakura nation's secret experts have been killed. This is the perfect opportunity for us to attack." He paused and continued. "We are following Lord Tangun's orders." He continued. "You have 72 hours to prepare. Once that time is up, we will advance at once and seize the entire territory of the Sakura nation." A slight cunning smile appeared on his face. "And remember this, whoever performs best in this campaign," he looked at the officers, "will be appointed ruler of the Sakura nation." At this, a wave of joy spread across the faces of everyone in the tent. The promise of power and glory had awakened their ambition. Hearing the announcement, an old man stepped forward from the office. It was Byung-I-hon, a level 117 Grandmaster Magician. With determination in his eyes, he said loudly, "I've already decided I'll claim the largest territory." But as soon as he finished speaking, something strange happened. Suddenly, a light appeared above his head. The glow grew brighter, and in the next moment, a portal opened in the air. From it emerged a huge black crow, its wings stretching across the sky. The officers in the office were astonished. "What is this? How can a crow be so big?" The officer looked up, surprised. "Wait, what is this?" he muttered, "a golden crow with 3 legs?" Just then, a voice came from inside the portal. Slowly, a man appeared from the swirling black shadows of the portal. His name was Shueming, a senior official of the Dragon Capital and one of the 3 elders of the Dragon Nation. As he arrived, he said calmly, "Lord Tangun, it's been a long time." Hearing this, he stepped forward. He was clearly not happy to see him, but he politely said, "What an honor. Elder Ju is attending this gathering. I'm so lucky." But in his heart, he cursed. Damn it, where did he come from? Without showing his face, he quietly pulled his hand back and activated his personal energy shield. As soon as the shield was activated, a soft beep sounded. Shueming immediately took notice. Shueming slowly stepped forward and smiled slightly. "So," he said calmly, "do you really trust that shield of yours, or do you really think you can stop my attack?" Hearing this, Tangun was completely taken aback. For a moment, he couldn't comprehend how much Shueming already knew. Then Shueming changed his voice slightly and continued, "If this old man heard correctly, you were simply saying that you plan to take these armies to the Sakura nation and take over it." These words hit Tangun like a shock. His eyes widened. He couldn't understand how Shueming knew all this, even the details of his plan, things that should have been kept secret. Inside, his thoughts raced. He also knows the weakness of my defensive shield. At that very moment, Tangun realized something terrifying. Not even an inch of this place was truly under his control anymore. As he looked at the man standing before him, a cold fear spread through him. As soon as those words were spoken, one of the officers stepped forward and spoke quickly. "Brother, earlier the Sakura Empire, especially under the leadership of the 4 houses, was planning to take control of our Taiiki nation. But now that their high-level leadership has been removed, this is a rare strategic opportunity for us." Shueming looked at him calmly and replied, "What strategic opportunity?" Then he raised his hand slightly. "Listen carefully. I will tell you 3 things." He lifted one finger. "First, no one except Dragon Capital will control the situation in the Sakura Nation. Did you really think all of this happened without the Dragon Nation's involvement?" The room fell silent. He raised a second finger. "Second, the key forces you were relying on have already been eliminated." At those words, sweat appeared on several officers' faces. A chilling thought crossed their minds. Are they really dead? Then Shueming raised a third finger. And third, forget your plans. The Sakura Nation will now be placed under the protection of the Dragon Nation. None of you will get even a single piece of it. After Shueming finished explaining everything, one of the officers stepped forward again and said, "But how can we confirm this information? What if the Dragon Nation's real intention is just to seize all the resources of the Sakura Nation? What if this is just a lie?" He continued, trying to provoke Taiiki's leaders. "Should Taiiki really give up such an opportunity based only on your one-sided claim?" The tension in the room grew heavier. Then Shueming spoke again, his voice calm but firm. "Do you not trust me?" He slowly raised his hand. In his palm, a glowing sphere appeared, shining like a small sun, radiating immense power that instantly filled the entire tent with pressure. "Very well," he said. "If you don't believe me, you can try." His eyes swept across everyone present. "If you send even a single force into the Sakura Nation today, then tomorrow the Dragon Nation will take a shortcut." His voice turned colder. "And the Taiiki Empire will be destroyed." Silence fell over the room. Then Shueming added one final line. "Make your decision wisely. The people of Taiiki and even your government are already tired of constant struggles for power." The next moment, the portal behind him suddenly began to close. The light faded, the shadows disappeared, and Shueming vanished from their sight. As the portal disappeared, the pressure in the room suddenly vanished. One by one, the people inside the tent collapsed to the ground where they stood. They were so overcome with fear and horror that their bodies could no longer remain still. For a moment, no one spoke. Then they began whispering amongst themselves. "Do we really have the strength to avoid another dragon disaster like this? Could he really teleport directly to the homes of the 10 major families?" These questions filled the air with anxiety. Tangun slowly stood up, deep in thought. "Is this the true power of the Dragon Nation?" he thought. A cold feeling settled over him. Fortunately, we didn't rush this time. Because if they had, then not only would the Sakura Nation be destroyed, he could have destroyed the Taiiki Nation as well. At that moment, an officer suddenly fell at Tangun's feet. His name was Mon Chai, a level 112 holy healer. Trembling with fear, he said, "My lord, we cannot face the revenge of the Dragon Empire. Please, make your decision carefully." Hearing this only made Tangun even angrier. His face darkened and he clenched his teeth before speaking sharply. "Pass the order immediately. Cancel all military operations." The officers looked at him in shock. Then he added in a cold voice, "And listen carefully. Not a single word of what happened here is to be revealed. Nothing from this place leaves this room." The message was clear. Whatever had just happened would remain a secret. A week later, inside the council chamber of the Imperial Palace of the Sakura National Capital, several officials were gathered around a long table. The atmosphere was quiet and solemn. A man stepped forward and placed a document on the table. Passing it toward the officials, he calmly said, "This agreement demonstrates the Dragon Nation's willingness to accept the Sakura Nation's financial assistance, as well as the Sakura Security Cooperation Framework." The officials looked at the document silently. The man who brought it forward was named Hua. He was a senior political special envoy of the Dragon Nation, personally dispatched to handle negotiations following recent events.